So everybody, I'm Ali and Caesar. Everybody knows me as two different names on IG and other places. So welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the like if you're loving this. How to customize a Xbox One controller. Y'all, we're gonna be getting into Ghost Rider. I know, it's surprising. I'm doing a Ghost Rider customization on a Xbox One controller. Plate. Well, but the one thing you gotta love is, I customize consoles and controllers, so it don't really matter. But what will matter is how this controller gonna look. And I mean look. So stay tuned. And kiddies, if you don't know who Ghost Rider is, then please, by all means, stay tuned. Because if you know Marvel, yeah. But I'm not going to be basing on this on the 2007 video game, Ghost Rider, a little bit close to the movie and all. If y'all know what I mean, then great. Because that's great like Frosted Flakes. But stay tuned now. But y'all gonna need some materials if y'all want to try and do something like this. However, little ones under 18, you must have parent supervision. So what I've done is I've done a couple things. One, I use a Dremel on a battery pack. Now, mind you, I was only trying to clean up the battery pack, for the controller plate. However, just like Bob Ross said, happy accidents. Y'all should know what I mean by that if y'all know Bob Ross. So, yeah, it was a happy accident, and it ended up being something really good. So, y'all, I basically did a little cuts here and there in the battery pack, but just to give a little detail and all to add on. So it wasn't supposed to be just like that, but it came to a little something different. So kiddies, if you want to do something with customized controllers, or want to do something like what I'm doing right now with the Xbox One, controller, then hey, parent supervision, okay? If you know your tools, then great. But FYI, and also I don't want nobody to sue my tail. Parent supervision, okay? So we're gonna get to the paint job. We're gonna do like an all black on black, but we're gonna have a little mix to it. So if y'all know Marvel Ghost Rider, then great, because we're gonna get to that paint job detail. And I know y'all probably wondering, how are we gonna get to it? Well, here are the steps. So first, you're gonna need some gloss black spray paint. Second, you're gonna need some metallic spray paint, where you can find it on every other hardware store, whether it's Michael's, Walmart, Target, you name it, anywhere you could buy spray paint. Hey. Okay, and then you're gonna need some sandpaper. So normally normally people would say, use 1,500K or 1,200K. Well, what I do is I use a different sandpaper. Now, mind you, the sandpaper I use is a little heavy duty, but it puts in the work. Okay, it puts in the work, but FYI, if you want to do customization to any controller, whether it's PlayStation, whether it's Xbox, I haven't touched up on Nintendo yet, so stay tuned for that. But if you want to do something with that, please know your sandpapers. Please read the label. Please make sure you got everything right with each sandpaper, and don't mess anything up. So the higher the grit, is, it's going to be soft. It's going to be a soft type of sandpaper. So with that said, if you want to do something heavy duty by getting a factory paint job off, then you got to use a little something heavy duty, just maybe like 500 to 1K, and nothing below that. Now, if you have a controller that you have a little paint on it, and it's sorry y'all, this is the fall season. I mean, the bugs are everywhere. Okay, I know it's a little random, but anyway. But if you are trying to do some customizing the controller, you have a little paint on your controller, and you just like, I don't like this. Stick to 500. Stick to 500, but go up. Definitely go up. The higher the grid is, a little bit there. So a lot of streamers who customize controllers, and I learned this the hard way during the pandemic days of 2020. Yeah, I did my research first. So you had to have a good size grid. Well, a good grid number. Not good size, but you know what I mean. So if you need a little heavy duty, try 500. I know a lot of people be like, oh no, that's a little too heavy. Like, no. If you have a little something on it, then do 500. If you're trying to get the factory off of it, then go from 1K to 1.5K. Okay, that's 1,500. Only do that. But if you have a little something where it's like, then definitely go 500 and up. Don't go anywhere lower. Do not go lower. The only way I could tell you to go lower is if you have too much paint on the controller. That's where I can tell you, like, hey, try this, okay? But for the most part, we're not gonna get too heavy duty on the paint. So y'all, in the next video, we're going to get into the paint job. But FYI, I'm gonna say this again. If you put too much paint on it, go lower than like 500. But if you're trying to get the factory off, and I mean the factory paint job, because all controllers are, and I've done this for quite some time. So FYI, if you want to get the factory paint job off of the regular controller, where you bought new or whatever, or you had it laying around, so on and so forth, go only 1K. That's 1,000 to 1.5K, 1,500. Do not go any lower. Don't. So, right there, y'all. Alright? So, we're going to get to this next video of actually doing the paint job. Also, kiddies, I am a professional, but make sure you wear something with paint, using a mask for paint and all. And FYI, do not do this inside the house, okay? Please do not paint in the house. Don't do that. Do it in a, if you're in a like a factory type of thing, then okay, fine. If you're in a shed, okay, fine. But if you do it inside of a building where your neighbors probably be calling you, then no, please do not do that. Do it in a shed. Do it in somewhere where you can get a little messy, but don't do it anywhere where you're going to be yelled at. Huge FYI. And also, I am a professional, so this might not be a good mask for it, but it's going to be good for the day. So FYI, make sure you get the right type of mask. Make sure you use the right type of mask where you have a filter if you need to, or something, a little bit like this, but it'll be something where you can't breathe in the fumes. Okay? Okay. So, we're going to get into it. And if you're loving this video and you want to see more, then hit that subscribe, hit that like. So once you make sure that everything is dry, what I always do is make sure the parts are dry 24 hours. So ladies and gentlemen, with that said, I'll see y'all in 24 hours.